Hey everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing this neat little tiny whoop. It's called the S105. Really lightweight, ducted fan, a 4-blade propeller quadcopter. Flies really nice, really smooth. Reminds me a lot of the Furby F36. It's just really similar to that. Flies really nice. It's got 3 rates. The yaw increases with the rates. The highest rate it is pretty fast. Almost what I'd call crazy yaw, so it's easy to lose your orientation, though the yellow propellers in the front does help out with orientation. I like the intermediate or middle rate the most, flying it indoors. It's got a red LED here in the front and a blue in the back, so a little, if you get red as rear, like on a car or something in your head, then it's easy to get mixed up on your orientation. So just remember, red front and blue in the back. Just like I said, really nice flying tiny whoop here. It comes with just 2 spare propellers, and it's one of each color, so you really can't replace both blue and both yellow. You only hit the front right and the rear right. So I don't know why they didn't just include a full set. These things can't cost more than a couple cents for all of them, but you can replace both front or both rear, but you're going to be mixed up on your colors. So they should have included a full set, but that's a very minor gripe, because with a ducted fan design, you're not going to break a prop. That's literally nearly impossible, but you could throw a prop. I could see where that could happen, where it could literally spin and fly off and you could lose it. So that's be the one instance that you would need spare propellers. That's not too likely, but it is something that does happen. It comes with a 3.7 volt, 220 milliamp hour lithium Lipo battery. Hopefully that's showing up in my camera here. If not, you can take my word for it. It comes with a really small little USB charger that plugs into it here, and the light will go off and it will come on when it's fully charged. It takes about half an hour to 45 minutes, not too long because it's such a small battery. I do wish they would have made the cable longer. I don't know why it's so short, so it kind of hangs off the wall, but the battery is so light. If you're using a wall charger, it's not going to hurt anything. This is just actually how it's designed. It's not actually bent here in the back from the weight of the battery. The battery is so light. I didn't weigh it, but it's only going to be a few grams probably. It's not much at all. That's pretty much all the accessories it comes with. And you see the box it comes with is very plain. Not a whole lot to it. I don't even know who makes it. I don't think Lightake even has it on their website. It just says S as a logo, so I couldn't find an actual manufacturer. So it may just be some new drone company. But we just call it the S105. That's what I'm going to call it. That's what it goes by. The controller is a little bit, unique in its design with the way it's got the trim buttons here. But it's nice. I like the way it feels in my hand. It's a small controller, but it works well. I think it takes 3 AAA batteries. Here's your on and off switch. This is your pitch and roll trim, but what would be your throttle and yaw are different functions. This is your headless mode, and this is your 1-key return. If you hold that down, I think for 3 seconds, it kicks it into 1-key return. This is for photo video. They don't make a photo video version I know of, but they do mention instructions, so maybe they have plans on that. This bottom one is called auto presentation or demo mode, and what that does is it starts to make the craft do funnels, and it will funnel around, and you can just cancel by hitting the button again, or I think you can hit the sticks and that will also cancel it. So we'll try to demonstrate that during flying, but I also just did manual funnels. It does it quite well, though it does lose altitude. It won't raise up, but many of them are that way, but it flies down, but it does them pretty nicely. On the top here, this is your 3 rates. So you're just going to toggle through those. Like I said, the highest rate is a very fast yaw, so I recommend the intermediate rate. And your top right here is for doing your 3D flips in the direction that you want to flip. So not a whole lot to it. It does also have calibration for the gyro. Down and to the left is for your gyro calibration and to calibrate level. And down and to the right is what resets the headless mode, the 1-key return and headless mode direction. But basically, both of those are one and the same, because 1-key return just uses headless mode. So down to the right resets your headless mode, down to the left is for your gyros. If if you need to recalibrate if it's not flying level or it's flying erratically. So that should be everything. So let's move along now to the flight review. Okay, so I have the S105 bound up here and ready to take it up for its test flight. You know, it gets a pretty good flight time of 6.5 minutes, so I just did a very short flight here for just a moment here, just for a few seconds, so it could be a little shorter, so we have a little bit less time than normal. So let's go ahead now and we'll take it up and try to get that auto, you know, the auto demonstration or presentation also. Let you see that. So let's go ahead and set it down. We'll take it up. All right, let's get it back into there's the lowest rate. You can see the yaw is pretty slow. There's the intermediate rate. And there's the highest rate. So the yaw is really fast. I've seen faster, but that's pretty darn fast. But easy to lose orientation. Take it back to the intermediate rate. See, there's a funnel. Doing a funnel pretty good. Losing altitude a little bit, like I said, but not bad. Let's do some 360 flips here. It does flips really nice. It does raise up quite a bit, maybe a little more than I like, but that's just a safety thing, so it has enough clearance to do it. So if you're in a, you know, a area where you got a really low ceiling, you gotta make sure you're down low enough you don't hit the ceiling. There it wasn't so bad. Sometimes it seems like it raises up a little more than others. It's a really nice flyer. Really, really nice. Let's try that, what they call auto presentation mode here. There it goes. You can give it throttle to keep it going. So if you want to do a funnel without having to do it yourself, you just do that. Let's try hitting the stick. Yep, I hit my right stick and that canceled. So you don't have to hit the presentation button again. So let's try that one more time. That's pretty neat. So that way you can just focus on the throttle and not have to worry about holding the pitch roll over. And you can just do auto funnels. I think that's actually one of the neater features I've seen. I've seen a lot of them are adding that auto yaw where you hold it, you press a button and it just does this and spins in the highest rate like this. And I think that is useless. I don't know why some manufacturers are adding that, because you can just do it so easily, and I don't see the novelty of that. But this auto funnel, what they really should call it, I think this is kind of neat. I do like this. I would like to see this in more of these toys, because to me funnels is more fun than just yawing in place, you know. You can also press the demo button again to cancel it. Let's take it out here a little bit because it's not too windy today. It's not going to be able to handle wind real well, but it's not too bad today, so it should be able to do okay. And it's rather calm today. Really nice day here, actually. Just a really neat little quadcopter. Really, really, really smooth and really easy to fly. The yellow propellers really helps with orientation, even in that highest rate, which can be a bit confusing, especially for someone who's just starting out. It'd be so easy to lose orientation, but the yellow definitely helps, because the LEDs, as you can see here, are not super easy to see, but where they're mounted up inside there, they're really small. So during the daytime, you're not going to be able to see those LEDs very easily. But you can see them, you know, pretty good inside, flying around at night like I've done. It looks pretty cool. And those will start flashing. You have about 20 seconds to land it, or to just come on down, and it'll lose enough power that it lands itself. Really safe quadcopter with the ducted fans. You're not going to bust the props flying it into a wall or anything. So the fact that they only included 2 is not a big deal. I would like to see them include all 4, since you can only replace one or the front or back and keep the yellow and blue. But like I said, you're not likely to bust these. The only way I could see anything happen is if you threw a prop, where it actually crashed and it flew off the top and you lost it. And that could happen. And that's about the only way you're going to need a spare. Just really like this a lot. Let's go up to the highest rate. See, it's really, wow, I mean, it's really, really agile, but it has more pitch. So in an area like this, it's still fun to fly. It's just really quick to get turned around. Let's try the auto presentation mode and see will it work in the highest rate. Yeah. I don't know if there's really, I can't really tell if there's much difference there. It might be a little bit more, you know, throttle power. Just cancel it and pressing the right stick. That's all I had to do. So I like the intermediate just because it's a little easier to fly and not get turned around so easy. But in an area as big as this garage, it's fine on the highest rate if you have some flight experience. Flying around hallways, stuff in your house, I think you're going to probably end up crashing into the walls because you just barely tap the stick and it's going to start the left stick. You just barely tap it and it's going to want to yaw on you. So just a really nice flyer. I don't remember the price exactly. I think it's around $20, so it's not super expensive. So, you know, a really good deal on this quadcopter. I guess a pretty new company. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the name brand of the company, but flies really nice. I would say this flies comparable to my F-36. It's definitely one of the nice little tiny whoops that I've seen. And there's the LVC there. Like I said, I already flew it a little bit before I started this review and got interrupted. So I had to restart it. So that's why the battery, I'm sure that was not 6.5 minutes, but you will get around 6.5 minutes from start to finish typically. So that demonstrates all the flight characteristics and what this little guy can do. So I appreciate you for watching. Stay tuned. I got plenty more reviews coming, and be sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and have a good day.
The power of the dark side.